So the first R is about rest. Karen, Catherine, for me, rest is a super important piece of healing. And we're in this hustle culture, like the kids like to call it, right? This hustle culture, we're going, going, going. And the idea of rest very often implies unproductive or lazy. It has this whole kind of negative connotation to it. And yet, in my opinion and in my experience, resting is crucial. Resting could be reading a book, taking a nap. It could be even an active form of resting, meaning I'm going to go do an activity or a hobby, but that's only about me and for me. It's not about anybody else or taking care of anybody else, but for me. So that the idea of letting yourself bring the body as well as the mind into a state of rest is where I think we can start this process of healing, of kind of letting things settle, especially when we've had a very big blow, which is very often what infidelity or any other reasons for divorce can be. It can be a very devastating blow to our person and our sense of self, our sense of self-worth. So I start with rest.
So how long do you attribute rest periods for? Like, what does rest, could it be 2 days of rest? Could it be an hour of rest? Like, how much rest does one person need, do you think?
Yeah. And Catherine, people will always ask me that, right? It's just like, how long do you grieve for something? It's a very unique process. And that's a big part of my conversations with people, with women, is first and foremost, we have to wrap our heads around the idea of it's okay to just rest. You tell me how much time you want to rest. There is a difference between resting and, for example, sleeping, or resting and depression. And we can delineate those. Mostly it has to do with intensity of how you're doing the resting. It has to do with frequency, and it does have to do with duration.